Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another exciting episode of Necromanteia book review. They say the third in a series is hit or miss, but when it comes to necromancy, lore, and magic, it'll be leaving you wanting more. So let's conjure up what Book 3 has to offer. I want to start off by disclosing that I was sent this copy for review beforehand. Books 1 and 2 I bought on my own, and I am very appreciative for this opportunity. It has taken me some time to do this review, but here it is. And really, I couldn't do the review properly without doing book reviews on books 1 and 2. What sets this volume apart from 1 and 2 is this one is all lore. There are some spells, but everything else is just lore heavy. Excerpts from stories that align with the art of necromancy. Being said, this one is thicker of a book, and that's okay. Myths and lore are vital to any variation of magic. Same as before, we have previous entries that help make up this grimoire. We start with the Necromancer of Endor, Saul conjuring up Samuel, the skull of the prodigy child, a Jewish boy, and the skull in Demons of the Goetia, the Klepoth, with surprising expansion on necromancy in the Goetia. As I have stated before, this grimoire are not your typical grimoire. Mr. Fricks wants you to put the effort in what is the fun in doing it yourself, doing the research yourself. I mean, you could buy a cake or take the journey to the store, buy the fresh ingredients, take the time to make and cook the cake, and then all your hard work is paid off when it is done. The same goes for magic. And that's also here in the Necromanteia book series. And I cannot stress this enough. Please obey your local laws on buying and owning human remains. So to start this book, and I'm not going to go over everything, because I want you to buy and experience the book yourself. We have the Odyssey, the Kingdom of the Dead. We start with the Necromancer's robe. We are given what and what the robe should be adorned with. Then we get into Odysseus on his journey home and when he conjured up the dead. Which, to be honest, I didn't know that part. But then again, I've only ever watched, like, abridged versions of it. And to be fair, it's been over 20-something years since I've seen anything. And then we go into probably my two favorite stories by Clark Ashton Smith. We see in Necromancy and Nyat by Clark Ashton Smith that we have necromancy comes with a cost, and nothing is quite the same in the physical sense. Also, the morality is be careful in what we are looking for. We will get it, but not as we thought. Now, this story is more akin to zombie and Haitian voodoo. And then the next story is continuing with Clark Ashton Smith's mythos entries. We have the Empire of the Necromancer, where the moral of this story is never summon what you can't put down. Power and knowledge can corrupt and lead us to our downfall. And that one's probably my favorite out of the whole book. Then we have Eliphas Levi and the invoking of Apollonius of Tyana? This is an excerpt from his adventures in summoning Apollonius. To be fair, I know the name Eliphas Levi, but I never really dug into him. Then we have the Necromancer, or the Tale of the Black Forest. And this is an excerpt to a larger story where conjuring the dead to get out of a sticky lock-in situation in a castle. And then we have the infamous Edward Kelly woodcut. You know, the one where he and a friend have a spirit in the circle. You might know the meme of it with Boo from Super Mario. And then on to Adventures in Necromancy. We have a deal with a demon, Lucifuge, in being reunited with a loved one. And the Necromancer's ability to summon back his lover. And interesting to note that this is where I got the offering brandy to a demon, as I do that with Belieth. And for those who don't know, brandy is brandy wine, which is a type of wine where it looks and kicks like a whiskey. And then we get into the spell portion of the book. We come back to the Necromancer's robe with the same details. And then he provides us with a necromantic glossary covering all the various definitions in this art. Then we have the history, Liber Malorum Spiritum Seu Goetia, using necromancy to find treasures with dates and times, a ritual to become a necromancer initiation ritual, summoning a dead person from the earth with instructions, to see and speak with invisible spirits, except for this ritual requires going to a cemetery, which is kind of hard to do if you live in the city, unless you know an abandoned one. The summoning of warts is to summon and pin the spirit to answer your questions. And then we once again go into an expanded Goetia studies. And then he concludes the book with a list of the specific Goetic demons to work with. Overall, I have intentionally left a few things out because I want you to make the journey in necromancy yours. Just as my journey will be different from Mr. Frick's and various others. I want you to discover the magic, pun intended, like I did. Despite this book being lore heavy, there is valuable information, and as the other two former volumes, if you can read between the lines, then you will find what you are looking for. Just like the grimoires of old. And as of writing the script for this video, 9/17/2024, pre-orders are up for the 4th volume, to which I am excited. You can find this at SeriousLimitedEsoterica.com, A link is in the description. And with that, I hope you have found this video tantalizing. And if you like lore and myths, this is for you. And as I said, lore and myths are vital to any craft, because it is a history lesson of sorts. And when I acquire book 4, you bet there's going to be a review for that one as well. So all in all, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, and or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the description down below. If you'd like to come find me, my links are in the description. And with that, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Cool runnings, Irie Ites.